Well, have you also been wondering that why is everybody, including the government, suddenly talking about ethanol? Well, ET now brings you and breaks this complex alternative fuel formula for you to understand the relation between ethanol and the rising petrol prices. What is ethanol? In simple terms, ethanol means that it is a byproduct of sugar. Well, it is this clear colorless liquid that is actually formed by fermenting and distilling sugar. The process of fermenting and distilling ethanol goes through something like this, where the sugarcane is first, the stalks of sugarcane is assembled and fermented through an extractor, which then of course releases the sugarcane liquid juice, which is then assembled in a fermentation box, thus generating a liquid called ethanol. This is the same ethanol that you and me could use in order to run our vehicles instead of petrol and diesel. Well, the government of India is very keen in order to replace ethanol as the fuel for vehicles. For this, they have been working hard enough in order to bring in certain kind of resources in terms of using the sugar surplus and food grains. In fact, they are doing this in order to cut down their expensive and costly crude oil imports. Well, you will be surprised to know that India is currently 83% dependent on imports in order to meet its current domestic oil demand. The government, in fact, has also preponed its 20% ethanol blending target by 5 years to 2025 in order to, of course, achieve more and more early targets of ethanol. The government is very keen, and in order to do this, they've come up with a tripartite agreement between the OMCs, that is oil marketing companies, sugar mills and banks, where more and more surplus sugar and food grains like that of wheat, barley and rice could be diverted to produce ethanol. Well, government is targeting to produce about 1,000 crore litres of ethanol in order to achieve its 20% blending target. This is nothing new, because if you see across the globe, countries like that of Brazil and United States of America have set success story examples in achieving 100% production and consumption of ethanol as an alternative fuel energy. And Government of India is now also trying to take up this transition to a cleaner energy by adopting a means of a more cleaner method than that of gasoline or diesel fuel. Well, for this, the government is of course working, like I mentioned to you, in terms of various party agreements with the sugar mills and OMCs. So, well, do not be surprised if few months down the line or years down the line, you will be running your vehicle on roads of India purely based on ethanol.